Saturday, November 22nd, 12 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. I'm going to discuss leadership in the major U.S. stock indexes and the stock sectors. If you don't know, these big financial institutions that manage other people's money, they are the big whales in the equity market, aka the stock market. Been sharing for the past months and weeks, there's been some reversals going, taken out of certain sectors and putting into other sectors. So first we'll look at the major stock indexes, look at the monthly chart to see if the trend's reversed. Again, already halfway through the month. Next week is a short trading week, U.S. holiday, Thanksgiving Day, the stock market's closed, and you have shorter hours as well in a day after, the day before. So the S&P 500, it's the 500 largest publicly traded companies. The stock index, you could invest in the stock index. You could do dollar cost average. Looking here at 10 years of history, last month made the all-time new high. This month made a lower high, lower low. Again, this monthly candle's not done yet, but there is a trend reversal occurring right now. So from the bullish run-up, we already broke the low of last month. I don't believe that red candle is. I'll check back the last trading day of the month to see how that completes, giving an early signal what's happening. The Nasdaq 100, the same. Last month made the new high for the year. Now it made a lower high, lower low, trading below the prior month. Big red body. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, this month made the new high for the year. Higher high, higher low. It's outperforming the Nasdaq 100, and it's outperforming the S&P 500 because this month it made an all-time new high. This is a current leadership index. You could buy the index as a stock ETF. The Dow Transports, it did break above the high of last month, making higher high, higher low. It's below the highs of last year, below the highs of 2021. Yeah, it's way behind. So it's far away from the high this year too. The Dow Utilities. This month, lower high, lower low. Or last month was that new high. So again, the Dow Jones is outperforming, the Dow Jones Industrial Average outperforming all these indexes. These indexes I just showed you right now are part of the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 has several indexes inside of it. This is the Russell 2000. It is not part of the S&P 500. It's much more smaller companies in value size, where it is the high for the past 10 years was made last month, but there's also lower high, lower low. This stock index is hugely affected by high interest rates. Small companies, they typically are taking out loans, borrowing money on conditions of the financial institution backing them. Where the other companies on bigger indexes that have more cash, well, they have many more terms and conditions they could negotiate for. So this index, where last month made the new high, we have central bank, Federal Reserve in December next month going to be voting on interest rates. And right now, the speculation is they are not going to lower them. And then we have next year a new Federal Reserve leadership coming in. Again, where they all are reflecting on the monthly charts, red for the year, other than the Dow Transports here. It's the Dow Jones Industrial Average that has 30 companies in it that made the new high for the year. And that being said, 30 companies, I have videos you could go see on my watch list. Videos, history, archives of all the companies in there, how they are performing year to date. So now that we know the leadership in the stock indexes, let's go break down the S&P 500 and look at the 11 sectors, which are part of the S&P 500. The first sector we're looking here, again, all these sectors have stock ETFs you could invest in. Technology. Last month made the new high for the year. Current month, lower low, lower high. Yep, the trend reversed. Healthcare. Look at this. New high for the year. Outstanding. So currently for this month, new high for the year, just like the Dow Jones new high for the year. We're still below the highs of last year, but for year to date, outstanding new leadership. This stock ETF, give you some further insight. Right off the bat, if you're on my Patreon page, look below the video. I show you the top 10 holdings and what percentage they are currently at in assets of the index. So this stock index, XLV, give you some insight. The largest weighted company, nearly 12% makes up this stock index. That's a lot. Nearly 12% in one company. And that's stock symbol LLY. And the second two just below that make up less than 10%. So 8 point plus is Johnson & Johnson, symbol Juliet, November, Juliet. And the third largest company in this stock index makes up a little bit more than 8%. Stock symbol Alpha, Bravo, Bravo, Victor. Yeah. So again, those top 10 companies make up over 50% of the stock index. If you want to see which ones are performing equal or better, well, again, the symbols right below this Patreon page. But outstanding. New leadership. Healthcare. Interesting. That's where some big money is flowing. Don't be part of the dumb money. Follow the smart money. Financials. Yeah. 3 months ago was the new high of the year, was the all-time new high, and the reverse. So we've been making lower highs, lower lows. The trend is down. Consumer discretionary. 3 months ago made the new high. This month, look at that. Huge move down. Communication services, same thing. This year made the new high, but currently making lower lows, lower highs. Industrial, last month with the new high, lower low, lower high. Consumer staples, XLP, new low for the year. It's underperforming. Wow. That being said, you could outperform the S&P 500 by being invested in the strongest sector, which I'm showing you right here. You could, again, that S&P 500 includes this loser, the stock index. You could outperform the S&P 500. So consumer staples, the top 10 holdings, they make up over 61%. That's huge. 10 companies make up over 61% of this. The top 3, Walmart makes up, I think, almost 11% of this stock index. And then the company Costco makes up over 9%. And the third largest one in here, Procter & Gamble, makes up over 8%. Yeah. That's huge. But again, the index is underperforming. That's not good. Energy made a higher high, higher low currently for the month. Still below the highs of these prior years. Utilities last month made that new high. And currently we're inside candle for the month. Interesting. Small trading range. Real estate, no surprise. Broke below the low of last month, or low, lower high. Below the highs of this year. Basic materials, same thing. Broke the low of last month. The trend is down. Below the highs of 2024. So again, that's the 11 sectors on the monthly. Let's take it to a lower time frame. We'll look at it on the weekly. XLK, weekly. Look how it closed this past Friday, yesterday. Big, strong move down. Past several weeks, huge sell-off. Trending down. Healthcare. Again, look at this. Past several weeks, nice moves up. Here's the low of the year. Huge consolidation. Smart money was buying, accumulation. Big green candles, big bodies. Nice. Up strong. Healthcare. Financials weekly. Same thing. Looks like it's under distribution. Lower lows, lower highs. Looks like it wants to drop far. Consumer interest. Same thing. Sell off. Communication services. Yep, same thing. Sell off. Look at all that red. Industrial. Sell off. So we see a lot of them made the new highs of this year and then reversed. Consumer staples. Actually making a reversal. Higher high, higher low. Coming off the lows of this year. Way below the highs. This was the high of last year. This yellow horizontal line. Way below it. Energy. Yep. Way below the highs of this year. Below the highs of last year. Utilities. Trending down. Real estate. Yep. Way underperforming. And basic material also underperforming. So come next month, when the Federal Reserve meets in December and votes, if they leave the interest rates unchanged, that also has an impact on the currency of the US dollar, on the equity market. There are certain sectors that are considered growth companies. There are certain ones that are considered value, fixed income. We already see technology, huge impact on the decline. Healthcare is the reversal. Amazing. As well as I told you, the weakest one year to date. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.